Hi, I'm Kim from Start Software, and I want to share with you some pointers on how to prepare and work with your asbestos data in Alpha Tracker and the client portal if you're a property management company or other organisation managing a portfolio of properties. Firstly, you'll be using Alpha Tracker's client portal, which I'm logged into here, to give your end users direct access to Alpha Tracker produce reports, documents, project and other data live over the internet. They will be using the site list and compliance summary, amongst other features, to get an overview of the status of your properties. And they'll be able to drill down into site registers to get to the detailed information that they need. So here I'm showing a site register which lists all of the items for the property. You could filter it. You can use some preset filters, perhaps just to show the asbestos register, like this, which you can output as well if you need to have a copy with you. You might also access the reports that are being produced, which can be downloaded directly from this portal. As the person responsible for maintaining this data, there are a few methods you can use to receive data from surveying companies, to update registers between surveys with removal or remediation data, and to send data out for reinspection. For all of these, you will need to use the surveying side of Alpha Tracker. I'll switch to a login to the surveying side now. Here we're logged into the surveying side of Alpha Tracker. One of the easiest ways to update your survey data is to have your system linked with the surveying company's Alpha Tracker. You both have separate Alpha Tracker systems, but they can then send survey data to a holding location for you to pull into your Alpha Tracker. So once you've instructed the surveying company, you'll need to set up a project and survey in your Alpha Tracker ready to receive the transferred data. You can then select the project that you want to receive. For this, you'll use the Receive Data from Another Alpha Tracker option, so that you can select the sending system and the project number. You can then check and confirm the project details. Then process the records one type at a time: records, photos, PDFs, drawings. Set the data you completed the transfer, and you're then good to go. Once you've gone through that process, the survey data is present on your system as if you carried out the survey yourself. The last step would be to set the Show on Web flag so that the data will be visible on the client portal. And this you can do by putting a date in the report produced milestone and then ticking the Show on Web box. Between surveys, you can update your data to reflect remediation or removal work. One way to do this is by creating a new project from the site asbestos register, which contains the records that you want to update, and then editing them. So I can find my site, display the asbestos register, and then filter the register to show only the records that are to be updated. So let's say I only want to update the records for location 1. These are the records, or this one record is the only one that I want to appear in my new project. This method, by the way, gives you a separate project in the system which helps you to track the history of data updates. click the Create Removal Remediation Project button. Then create a new project and send the displayed records to it. The new project will open automatically. This one's requiring a purchase order, so I'll just put a number in for that and save the project. Then I can go to the survey details, where you'll be able to see a summary of the data that's now in the project. There's my one record that's in the project, and I can go into that data and edit the records as appropriate to reflect the new condition. So perhaps I want to change the condition of the item. Perhaps it's gone to poor here, or maybe I will be changing the asbestos identified area here to remove the item, or changing the approach to remove it. However I need to edit the record, I can do that here now, and then save my edited record. Again, the last step to make this updated data visible on the client portal is to make sure that I've got a date and report produced box here, and also that my show on web tick box is ticked. That, once saved, will complete the update to the data. If you require a reinspection at a site and your Alpha Tracker is linked to a surveying company's Alpha Tracker, then you can send the survey data that you hold to that surveying company and ask them to reinspect the data. To do this, you would need to open the site details, display the site details, and this time go to the Client View Site Register. This will show you all the records for that site. You can use the search fields up at the top and the filter buttons here to display exactly the records that you want to include in the reinspection. When you've got that list, you can use the Create XMLs for another Alpha Tracker button and select the system that you're sending to, and then you can send the records and the photos. You send them separately, just click the button, wait for the numbers to go through and for the tick to be displayed, and then move on to the next one to send the photos and wait for the tick to be displayed. You have the option of entering a message as well to the recipient of the data. The reinspection records are then waiting for the surveying company. They then go through a process to accept the transferred data. They would go on their system to the setup menu, to import, export, and use the transfer XML options here. So that would accept the transferred data, create a project, and create XML records for their handsets. They will then carry out the reinspection as normal, reviewing the data on their handsets, updating any scores, and taking new photos. When it's complete, they will go to their project on their system, and they will use an option on survey details under choose task, which is send reinspection to another Alpha Tracker. They'll use this option to send the updated records and the report back to you. To receive the data, you will need to create a new project on your system, similar to theirs, so of the type reinspection, and you will be using the option, the sister option on that menu there, which is receive reinspection from another Alpha tracker. So we can see that here, the receive reinspection from another Alpha tracker. You use that option to process the data into your project. Once you've done that, all you would need to do is to add a report produce date and tick the show on web to make that reinspection data visible on your client portal.